Cool. So, do we have any Once Upon a Time fans in the audience? All right. So we're gonna get started here. A couple of housekeeping things. We've got microphones here for questions. I'm gonna do a little Q&A with Jared first, and then we're gonna reach out to the audience for you guys to ask some questions. They've got a lot of good questions to ask, I'm sure. So just make sure you go to the mic so we can get the line there. And with that, don't ask me for anything to do, give you respect for it. Other than that, let's just have some fun. Sound good? All right. Well, let's get started. We're going to give a very big Tampa welcome to Jared Gilmore. So are you into a lot of this stuff here?
Yes.
Cool. You're a fan.
I'm a huge fan. I was itching to get a chance to go around and buy stuff, and I'm very glad I did.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
Tell me about your shirt.
Yeah, I'm wearing a Tokyo Ghoul shirt.
Woo!
Because Tokyo Ghoul is my favorite manga of all time, and of course, quite sadly, I haven't seen the anime. I've just read the manga.
Good.
But I need to watch it, and I'm a huge fan of anime and manga in general, so it's really weird getting to go around. I bought this awesome poster of Aaron fighting Godzilla. It is incredible.
Well, cool. So you've been doing this since you were how old? How long since you got into acting?
I started acting when I was 4.
Oh.
Yeah, I mainly used to like commercials and stuff then. And then when I was like, I don't know, 6, or no, maybe a little bit older than that. I don't know, 8 or something, I got on that for a couple seasons. And that was a lot of fun. I learned a lot working on that. And then I was on Once Upon a Time, and now I'm here.
I mean, that's a pretty huge show. So
Yeah.
You did what, 2 seasons on that?
2 seasons,
That's
yeah.
off the paper? So did I read somewhere that you actually got your start or hooked up with an agent who was actually looking for your sister? Is that correct?
Yeah, my twin sister actually kind of got me into acting because she always really kind of put on these shows, waiting for things like at Disneyland, waiting for a parade. She'd jump out the aisle and start dancing, and she'd drag me into. So eventually, like a talent agent came up and she's like to my parents and said, "Hey, your daughter, she's just amazing. I'm sure she'd be like great in the industry." So because we're twins, they put us both into it. And a couple years later, Taylor was just like, "I'm done with this," and I was just like, "I like it." And now I'm.
Yeah. So you've in many ways you grew up on Once Upon a Time. I mean, you started at 11 or so. Is that right?
We filmed the pilot. I was 10. Yeah. So I was 6 years Once Upon a Time. Pretty incredible. Yeah. I can watch myself grow up if I wanted to. Like just go back to season 1 and be like.
Do you watch the show? I've had a lot of actors actually don't watch.
You know, I can't watch myself. And I look at myself and I'm just like, I act like that. I sound like that. I look like that. So I usually avoid that. I've seen, to be honest, I've seen bits and pieces of the show, but because I read the scripts, I kind of was like, I know what happened, know what's happening, but it's crazy.
Give me some of your, what's one of your favorite memories on that show?
Maybe behind the scenes. Behind the scenes stuff. I mean, some of my favorite memories are staying out with the cast and the crew. And I know here recently, some of my favorite memories was the cast in particular. Like Josh, Colin, and Sean. And where it was them giving me advice about girls. And it's just like these great memories of like, these people are like my second family. I can talk to them about anything and get advice about anything, and it's great. And quite hilariously, all the female cast members were just like, don't follow any of their advice. Whatever you do, don't. And to be completely honest, I wouldn't follow Josh's advice. But Colin's advice, could be pretty good.
That was going to be my next question. How good was their advice and did it work?
I never actually used any of it, and I doubt that it would have worked. And yeah.
Probably just cool. So now, is your role, as I understand, it's coming to an end, right? Because you're going to go to an older.
Yeah, they're aging my character,
right.
So they're like, we're doing it. The 10 years I'm younger, even maybe less than that, maybe more than that. Either way, they're aging me a bit, and so I might be in bits and pieces here and there, but other than that, as for flashbacks and such, but as for that, I'm just a dude.
So why don't we start getting ready to take some questions from the audience? If you guys have questions, go to the mics over here. And while we're doing that, tell me about, you mentioned you have some cool hobbies. Tell me about some cool hobbies.
My hobbies is my actually other passion is I want to be a screenplay writer. So that is one of the things I do with my half time. And then I play a lot of video games. Specifically, I play way too much World of Warcraft for my own good. I walk hours into that game every day, and I've joined this guild and have a great community there, and it's awesome. I just get to be myself and have fun and do awesome shit.
Cool. All right, well, let's take some questions.
You are a new addition in the crayon box. What color would you be? What would you name it, and why?
Wow, that's a tough story.
That's an interesting question. Okay, I would be this weird combination of purple and blue, and it would be kind of like blue, or like this violet-ish color.
Okay.
And I would be arcane violet. That would be my color.
And why?
Why? Because well, this is going to be a really nerdy reason.
Where you are, it's okay.
Well, not entirely.
You're here, it's fine.
But okay. First of all, purple and blue are my favorite colors, so mixing them is awesome. Second of all, for some reason, for me, both the colors separate are kind of cold and I don't know. Lonely. But when you put them together, they're kind of like this soft, warm color that is kind of like me. I could be a little bit cold on the outside, but on the inside, I'm pretty great. And then, of course, the nerdy reason is I play a mage on World of Warcraft, and I am an arcade mage. So, arcade, violet, boom.
Yeah, the real answer is arcade purple is cool.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Alright, well first I want to say we have the same birthday, Gemini Squad, way to go. But if you could play any fairy tale character on Once Upon a Time, which one would you want to play? Besides Henry, obviously.
Okay, well, this is actually a kind of an interesting question because I've been thinking about it more recently. So first of all, I'd like to play Captain Hook just because I want to be a pirate. But after watching the new Beauty and the Beast like 10 times, I want to be Beast.
Try again. No?
I can hear you.
We can do it. Go ahead.
Is any of the cast members from Once Upon a Time known to play jokes on the set?
A little bit. There's been some jokes that have gone around set. I know maybe the two main jokers on set, I think, are Colin and Josh. They play a lot of pranks on each other specifically. It's pretty great. We just have a lot of good times with them, and it's awesome.
Did you play any jokes on people?
No.
Hi.
Well, thank you for being part of a show that's so inspiring, and I'm curious to know if you had a particular episode that really inspired you.
I mean, for me particularly, I don't think I had a single episode that inspired me, but the character I played inspired me a lot. Because Henry's always about hope and believing in second chances, and he's the author, and I want to be a writer, so that's something that's kind of a weird parallel. But as for someone who has gone through, rough times, I mean, I have anxiety, and I have had, rough spots, and playing a character who's so, uppity is great to kind of give me that hope too.
My question is because you said you love Warcraft and everything, and you told me that yesterday. What's your go-to game style that you like to play on your downtime, other than Warcraft? Okay,
my go-to game style is an RPG, because I love role-playing games, fantasy role-playing games mainly. I mean, partially because I'm an actor, and I like to say I role-play for a living. So, I like to play role-playing games. I mean, probably one of my other favorite games of all time is Skyrim.
Skyrim. Do you ever play Tampa?
I played a bit of D&D. I want to get into it more now, but because I've just been busy. I actually want to, because I want to be a writer, I kind of want to try and give D&D a try. Yeah.
You do good.
My question is part of an age-old debate. Boxers or briefs?
Wait, remember that thing I said about no weird questions about it?
And it's weird, but boxers.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Alyssa. So I had 2 questions, if that was okay. The first one, you said you wanted to be a writer. I'm also interested in that. I was wondering if you have a specific genre you like writing in. And my second question was, do you have a favorite band?
As for genre writing, I write a lot of high fantasy fiction stuff. Here lately I've been kind of working on this weird kind of modern fantasy project. It's interesting and cool. And then favorite band, I'm the kind of guy who listens to just about any kind of music. My go-to band to say for favorite band though is probably Panic at the Disco or something.
Me too, definitely.
Hi. So Once Upon a Time is all about taking classic fairy tales and putting a modern twist to it. So my question is, what's your favorite twist that's throughout the whole season? Or the whole series?
My favorite twist probably throughout, I remember 2 of them actually, were making Peter Pan the bad guy. That was great. And then also one of my other favorite ones is in the Camelot arc, we kind of made King Arthur the bad guy too, and that was awesome. Because, I like King Arthur very much, and it was just a twist.
And then I have another question. Who's your favorite character other than Henry?
Favorite character other than Henry? It's a hard question, because they're all so awesome.
They're all great.
They're all great. But if I had to say, it's probably Regina. Just 'cause
this is a question about that musical episode. How did it feel when and this crew was? How did it feel to be doing an episode of a musical?
It was awesome. The musical episode was absolutely awesome. I mean, for the crew, I think it was a lot of extra work, but I had a ton of fun doing it. And for me, it was mostly just fun watching everybody else sing and be like, wait, I didn't know they could sing. That's incredible. And of course, I wasn't supposed to sing. I wasn't supposed to have my line. But Eddie and Adam called me a couple days before we filmed the scene. I said, Adam, we were there. Eddie and Adam called me a couple days before we filmed the scene, and he's like, hey, Sharon, you want to sing along? And I'm like, sure, I'll just end up embarrassing myself. They're like, no, you'll be fine. I'm like, So I filmed it, and then we were on set, and of course we had to hear it on repeat. And song, and every time my line came up, I was just like, and they're like, oh no, Jared, it's fine, it's great, you did great. I'm like, no, it's awful. How many takes?
It was fantastic.
I think it was. I think it was a lot. We didn't like a few takes. That was one of the scenes they kept on giving.
Hi, so I'm Madeline, and I have 2 questions. One, what was your favorite operation to film?
Favorite operation to film? I don't know. We've had a lot of awesome operations. I don't know. Operation Mongoose, maybe? Operation Mongoose? Maybe because I like saying mongoose.
And also, people want you to play young Kylo Ren. How do you feel about that?
That would be absolutely epic. I'm sure I could pull off the edgy, angsty teenager Kylo Ren with the Force kind of deal. So that would be awesome. I love Star Wars. I absolutely love Star Wars, and getting to have any part of the Star Wars movie or Star Wars TV show or anything would be absolutely amazing just to be a part of that. And something I find is when someone cares about what they're in, they do a better job.
Oh yeah.
She actually had a question. When you first started, were you a little nervous?
Yes, I was super nervous. I mean, I still get nervous a lot. I mean, I'm nervous sitting here right now answering questions, but, you know, I do an okay job providing it, I hope. And I said it earlier, I have anxiety, so I get nervous about like, little tiny things that I shouldn't get nervous about. I get nervous about them anyway. So I'm on set and I'm always terrified I'm going to do a bad job. And everyone compliments me and says you're doing great, and I'm still just sitting there like, no. It's part of the reason I don't like watching myself, because I'm just like sitting there and critiquing myself 24/7, like, oh, this is bad, this is awful, oh, that was a bad, no.
When you made Once Upon a Time, did you have to go to school while you made it?
I did. I didn't go to public school. I was homeschooled throughout the show. I had an amazing tutor on set who taught me so much, and it's been an experience. I mean, it's hard kind of having that school mindset and it's having to switch to the acting mindset, so it's like, but it's good, and I've become a fairly smart person, so, you know, good times.
Do you find that stuff?
It is tough. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like you can get so busy one day, just take after take after take. You don't really have time to get all the schooling in. You have to squeeze it in. It's hard to like keep all the information contained. And it's like you'll fall behind, and it's not exactly a fun thing to fall behind because then you have to work extra to keep up. And but I think in the end it's worth it.
And you're gonna take some off and go to college. What do you think?
I'm planning on going to college. I'm definitely planning on going to college. I'm actually really looking into getting voice acting right now because that's a side of the industry that I love and fascinated by, and something I really want to get into. So I think that's something that you can also like do while you're not because you're doing it, but like you're not there physically doing it. So that's something that's great.
So with Once Upon a Time, of course, without being spoilery, but like, was this always the plan to kind of like soft reboot the series? And with that, with you being flashbacks, can we like expect to see you at least going forward, or is it like a farewell coming?
You know, I took this thing where I have no idea if it was always the plan. I mean, knowing Eddie and Adam, it might have always been the plan. But it's just crazy to think about. And, you know, they've already released the sneak peek of the first episode, me in a flashback. So I'm hoping that I get to come back more and more for flashbacks, because I think something that's really important is we learn how Henry got to where he is now. So I'm excited to see where the show goes. And
How did you get into playing Once Upon a Time?
well, I have at the time I had a manager in the nation who kind of set me out on auditions, and eventually they set me out on the audition for Once Upon a Time. And when I saw the script, I was like immediately taken by it. I was like, this is awesome, this is amazing, this is something I really want to be a part of. And I went out for the first audition, and I went out for the second audition. They liked me, and everything was good. And then we got to the kind of testing phase, which is where they kind of test you with other actors, and they make sure if they like you, they like your look, they like how you act. That whole big spiel. And while actually in testing, I met Lana, and she terrified me. I was 10 then, and she terrified me. I was so scared by her, because she had the whole she didn't have a whole costume on, but she had this black outfit and her evil voice on, and I was just like, you're really creepy. You needed this role because you're amazing. And she looked me dead in the eyes and said, "You're gonna be my son." Okay. And lo and behold, a couple months later, I saw her in the hotel, and I was just like, "Hey, you're my mom." So yeah, and it was funny because after I actually got the part, I was talking to the director of the pilot, Mark Mylod, and he looked at me, and he said, "You beat 500 other kids, or you beat out 500 kids for this role," and I was just like, "Yeah, no pressure at all, man. No pressure at all." So yeah.
Hi, thank you for being here, first of all. It's an amazing cast, I love you guys. So my question is, as an artist or performer, we can be our own worst critics, like you were saying earlier. Is there anything you do to practice your craft or feel better with what you're doing?
Well, I mean, sometimes you kind of have to just force yourself to watch yourself, so you can critique yourself, and that's something that is important to do. It's what I've learned I've had to do, and that really helps. I know I have these little tics I do during sunset that I sometimes see on camera, and it's I need to get rid of that. Actually, one of the things that I do to practice acting and also writing at the same time is in World of Warcraft, I role-play. And it's something that is interesting, because not only are you playing a character that's not yourself, but you're also kind of reacting off of other people and how they play their characters, which is something that's amazing, because you're interacting with other people, and to me it's what I do, but for fun.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you for coming. I just got out of the Army, and I just want to say thank you for being who you are and being such an inspiration to me as a person.
Well, thank you for your service. And also, no problem. I love coming. This has been super, super, super fun.
Hey, I have several questions. Do you like dinosaurs?
Yes.
What's your favorite?
Velociraptor. But not Velociraptor. Velociraptor. There we go. Thank you. I'm tired. But yes.
What's your favorite race from World of Warcraft?
I'm pretty boring. The race I main is human. But my favorite race is between. It's actually three. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Gnome, Worgen, or a panda. I love the panda. They're great.
Would you ever be a villain if you could be?
Yes! I want to be a villain more than anything else. A lot of people tell me I'm kind of depressing, so I'm like, I'd be the perfect villain. And it was so funny. A while ago, my sister came up to me and she's just like, "Jared, you have no idea how to smile, do you?" I'm like, "Yep." And she's like, "That's why you need to be a villain." So I want to be a villain so bad. I just want to be evil.
Joker. Another question.
Let's give somebody else a chance. Yeah, if you can get back in line. Over here.
Hi, I'm Grace. How do you feel about Emma Swan quitting?
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, again, it's a bittersweet thing because one door closes, another one opens, and sometimes people just need to go do their own thing and go their own way. So it's something that she must have felt was important for her, and I respect that because I respect Jennifer. She's an amazing actress, and if that's what she needs, go for it.
Good answer.
First off, I love the cast and I love the show so much. And my question is, what's your favorite season and why is it your favorite season?
To be completely honest, my favorite season is season 6 because Henry actually needs to do some really awesome stuff in season 6. I think by the time we hit season 6, Henry had matured a bit, so it wasn't, a kid anymore. And I think that's something I got to explore parts of him that I hadn't seen before. Probably one of my favorite episodes in the series and film and on watch was, I think it was one of the few that I haven't watched, was the episode, I think it was episode 6 on the Nautilus with the Captain Hook. Because I gotta be angry, angsty Henry. Angry? Because Henry was angry because he didn't have that Pop-Tart. But it was a lot of fun. It was kind of also one of those bonding experiences with Colin and Hook because it was just great. It was one of the first episodes that me and Hook got to have mainly just us and scenes together. It was a lot of fun.
Has anything on the show scared you?
Not particularly. I mean, again, when I was younger, the Evil Queen was pretty scary. I mean, really scary. I saw Lana as the Evil Queen and was like, you're so nice.
Did the Evil Queen scare you? No, I don't know. You're great. You are awesome.
My name's Victoria. Which one's your favorite mom, Emma or Regina?
That's kind of a hard thing to answer. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like I couldn't decide because it wouldn't feel right to. I mean, they're both my moms. You can't really choose between your moms. It's like when someone asks you, do you like your mom or your dad better? You're not going to say, especially if they're there. You're like, oh.
Especially not if it's on YouTube.
Is there an episode that you really didn't actually like acting in it?
Okay, and not in a particular episode, but there is a certain instance I usually am it's not that I don't like acting in that instance, it's one of those things where it's just I don't want to do this. It was every time I had to get mad at Lana, every time I had to get mad at Regina, and be like, I hate it, because she's such a nice person, and she is one of my mom that's not my mom, so it's she's always been there for me, so it's hard to get, mad at her.
So firstly, I need to give you a big hello from my wife. She couldn't be here today, but she was super excited to see you here, so unfortunately she couldn't be here. But anyway, my question is, as a fellow fantasy fan, Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones?
Okay, this is a really hard question, but a really good one that I like. I've seen every single Lord of the Rings movie a ton. I've read the books. They're incredible, they're amazing, and I love them. I sadly have not read Game of Thrones. I really need to. But as for the series, Game of Thrones is my favorite series on television. And I love it. I would have to say Game of Thrones.
Okay, so if you were given leeway as a villain, you could just create your own villain to be, would he be intellectual, more like James Moriarty, or would you rather have a magical villain, sort of like Rumpelstiltskin, and what would you look like as a villain?
What would I look like as a villain? This is a good one, and also, all the other stuff. I would be okay, this is going to be really, really funny. I would be a magically intellectual villain. I wouldn't be muscular or brawny or like anything like that. I would be a kind of, I use magic to deceive people and kind of, I plan everything to the point where, and I do things to the point where everything would fall into position for me and nobody else. And I plan ahead. It'd be one of those things where I would make sure you exhausted yourself and had nothing left to do, and then I would just finish you in one hit. And I feel like, as for what I would look like, I would be kind of, I don't know, this weird, not weird, but like, I feel like I look kind of average. Not like average, but like, I'd be, it's one of those things where I feel like it'd be simple. My costume wouldn't be over the top. I'd probably have a hood and a trench coat, and I'd be mysterious and weird, and I wouldn't show much. I'd be kind of dark, and you wouldn't exactly know what you were facing until I was right in your face.
You put a lot of fun into this. You're trying to freak me out. Sounds cool.
Star Wars or Harry Potter, and if you could meet anybody alive or dead, who would you meet and why?
Okay. Star Wars or Harry Potter. I am just now rewatching the Harry Potter movies. I have not read the Harry Potter books. My sister owns all of them now, so I probably should, sit there and read them. But it's Star Wars. I'm sorry, but Star Wars.
Same here.
I'm obsessed
Same here.
with Star Wars. Like, it is one of my favorite things.
Same here.
I actually, funnily enough, Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the animated series, a lot of people, it's kind of underrated, kind of, a little bit, and it's incredible. It actually was one of the main driving forces for me to like become so invested in Star Wars as I am now. And then if I can meet anybody, it's a tie between Troy Baker and Matthew Mercer.
Just two questions.
Okay.
Would you prefer Emma to still be with Huck or her to end up with Regina?
It's one of those things where I can't really say. I want Emma to be happy. Henry wants Emma to be happy. And wherever Emma is happy is where Henry thinks Emma should go.
Okay. Do you prefer Marvel or DC?
Okay, my favorite superheroes are Batman and Flash. I prefer them to
But you like the Marvel Universe.
yeah, but I do like the Marvel Universe. My favorite superheroes are Batman and the Flash, but I prefer Marvel in general.
Okay, thank you.
Very
Agreed.
I'm sorry, she felt left out and just wanted to say hi.
Oh, of course.
Hey.
Well then.
So you say you like to play like World of Warcraft versus RPG. Do you play any JRPGs like Final Fantasy?
I played the newest Final Fantasy. For some reason I can't remember the number because there's so many of them now.
15.
15, thank you. I played the RPG, the MMO version of it, 14 I believe it is. And honestly, as I said earlier, I'm a huge fan of anime, and I am a huge fan of kind of Eastern storytelling, as I like to say. And so Japanese JRPGs are amazing. I love them.
Thank you. Who in the cast is like the most of a mom friend?
Mom friend. Okay, first of all, what's a mom friend? Second of all, honestly, the castmates that are most like my mom, or they are like my second moms, are Jennifer and Lana. They're both moms to me. It's great.
That's a Tokyo Ghoul shirt you're wearing, right?
Yes, it is.
Who's your favorite character?
Kaneki. And not Kaneki, it's Toka.
Hello. So you said that you have really bad anxiety. Well, so do I. I was just wondering how you kind of got into acting with that? Like, what were your coping skills?
My actual coping skills for anxiety is one of the big things that can help with my anxiety is writing. And actually, acting itself was one of the best things for my anxiety. Because when I was acting, I wasn't Jared. I was playing somebody else. And that's something that is kind of puts perspective on your own life, which is something that I think is important. And also, writing, you escape your own world, and you don't have your troubles, you don't have the hard things. It's something that's incredible. And then as for just a way to go about life, I found with anxiety is you can't worry about tomorrow, you can't worry about what's going to happen 5 minutes from now. You have to worry about what's happening right now, in the moment, and you really can't or shouldn't let opportunities pass you. And also, it's just one of those things that Henry taught me is never give up. Always believe. It's something that's really important.
Thank you.
Of course.
Quick question about you. So, are you writing fantasy novels?
Yeah.
Are you writing short stories, novels, or screenplays, teleplays?
I'm writing, I mainly write screenplays because, you know, I've read way too many scripts for one person. Screenplays is kind of where my writing always leans towards. Like, even when I try and write short stories or books or anything like that, it always is like, I'm reading it and I'm just like, this would play out so much better if it was in the script. Because when I'm writing, I always get such a clear idea of what's happening that it's like, why don't I just put this on camera? But I really want to write graphic novels and comics because I used to just find someone to, help me illustrate them because I can't draw.
Well, that kind of makes sense. I mean, there's so much similarity between graphic novels and sequential art.
Yeah.
And screenplays, because you're seeing those scenes in your head,
Yeah.
writing the screenplay.
And
it's like graphic
it's great because you just like describe what you want on paper. It's incredible.
It is, yeah.
Are there any characters, Disney or otherwise, who have not yet been on Once Upon a Time who you would like to see?
Well, I'm just going to say it. I'd like to see anybody from Star Wars on our show. There's nothing else, just Star Wars.
Who's your favorite person to act with and why?
My favorite person to act with is...
From Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time is probably... I'm going to have to say Lana. Because whenever I act with Lana, I don't know how she does it, but she always seems to bring out the best in me. And I feel like I'm a better person and a better actor when I'm in a scene with her, no matter what the scene is. And on that same note, when I'm acting with Colin, I feel really comfortable. And Colin and me are similar in a few ways, which I like. And when I'm acting with him, I feel comfortable, which makes me a better actor.
Yeah, because I actually got to meet Lana in a couple of cons ago, and she said you were her favorite person to act with, so I just wanted to let you know that.
She's amazing. I've said it.
I just wanted to let you know that.
Several times I've said it. She's like a mom to me. I mean, I spent Mother's Day with her this year.
What is like the earliest time you've had to go to work?
5 in the morning.
I couldn't do that.
I can't sleep at night. It's like a problem I have. World of Warcraft. So actually, I think the night I did have to work that early, I literally just stayed up. I was just like, I'm gonna stay up. There's no point going to sleep because I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be tired anyway. So, yeah.
And also, when you go and have like lunch breaks, what is your favorite thing to get?
Chicken. Love chicken. I don't know why. Just kidding. It's chicken. I always got chicken.
All right. What was it like to see Josh and Ginny fall in love on set?
It was incredible. It's one of those things that's just beautiful to watch and amazing. And like, even when I didn't know what was happening, because I was like a 10-year-old. Because like, I'm still pretty oblivious when it comes to stuff like that. Like, I'm bad. One of my running jokes is like, when I do eventually get in a relationship, the girl's gonna have to initiate everything. Because I'm so oblivious. So it was amazing to watch, like when you think back on it, because it's because like their character, not only were they falling in love, but their characters were, and not only was the writing of the show kind of, you know, helping their love, but it was also just, it was interesting to watch. And like even when I didn't understand it, and I saw like moments of it, it was great.
What's your favorite book?
My favorite book. Well, I don't know. I think one of my favorite books I've ever had to read was, or not had to read, I just read, was The Hobbit. Just because it was the my first introduction to Tolkien, and also it was my first introduction to kind of that like super high fantasy genre that I absolutely love. And yeah.
Good choice. My favorite too.
Hello again. I'm curious to know how much of each season do you know in advance? Like, do you just get one script at a time for each episode, or do you have a little bit of a bigger picture?
We get one script at a time. I know absolutely nothing. I wish I did, but I go into it just like, so I'm doing this, and what's happening next episode? Oh, you can't say? Okay.
That's fascinating.
That's gotta be tough sometimes.
It can be, because it's like, and it can be interesting, because like one episode you're going to be doing something one way, and the next episode you're going to be acting in a different way, because it's like, oh, I know what's happening now, so I'm going to be acting towards it differently. I mean, it's kind of, art mimics life in that way, where it's just like, you want it to be as realistic as possible, that's the point. And so, I think it's actually better that we don't really know what's happening, because we react to it in the moment.
It's a good acting challenge.
Hi again. So I know like, you as Henry like think that all people can be redeemed and everyone can like start again. But do you as Jared feel like any character was too far or was like hard to sympathize with?
You know, as Jared, I usually felt the same way Henry did. And to be completely honest, as Jared, I was the kind of person that was just like, this good character, I want him to be evil. I was like, Henry, he needs to be dark, Henry. Oh yeah, that was cool. I wanted evil Prince Charming for a while. I got to see it a little bit. It was awesome. So,
Thank you.
My friend wants to know if you could pick between good or evil, which one would you pick? Like to have an ending as for Henry.
As for an ending for Henry, I mean, for me, I'd always just go, okay, kind of using a Star Wars metaphor. There's the Jedi, then there's the Sith, and then there's kind of the gray Jedi. They're kind of somewhere in the middle. And honestly, if I wanted to, or if I had to pick, I'd say I want Henry to have a gray ending.
You only get good or evil.
If I only get good or evil, then I want Sith.
Okay.
So, all right, let me ask you a question. You mentioned you're a big Game of Thrones fan.
Yeah, I am.
Right? So you keep up with the
Oh, yeah.
series?
Oh, yeah.
So it's your, so we got a new episode tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to watch it? You
Oh,
gonna catch it? You
yeah.
gonna
I
try
don't care how late it is, and I don't care how tired I am watching that episode.
Who's your favorite Game of Thrones character?
My favorite Game of Thrones character is Jon Snow. My second favorite Game of Thrones character is probably Arya. My third is Khaleesi.
Yep.
And then Tyrion. It's Tyrion. But actually, out of the new characters this season, I absolutely love Euron. Euron Greyjoy is great. I don't know why, but he is great.
He's got cocky and...
Yeah, he's just like swagger.
Yeah, right. Cool, good choice. Now, if you could play any Game of Thrones character, past them, going through the whole series, whether they're dead or alive, who would you like to play?
I don't know. I mean,
or are there any of them that would you be interested in?
Honestly, for out of the characters that have been on the show, I feel like every character has had their roles played so perfectly by every actor that I couldn't pick just one character that I would be like, hey, I think I'd be good at that role. I mean, like, if I had to pick one that's already on the show, I'd probably say, like, Bran.
Yeah.
Bran would start. But if I could play anybody on Game of honestly, I'd probably just want to be some random dude in the Night's Watch or something, or some random Stark dude, because why not? I wanted to be some random dude who, as usual in Game of Thrones fashion, has a couple of awesome moments, like a couple of just amazing moments, and then gets killed.
So you said that you would like to play a villain. How was it like with that one episode where Henry and Pan switched bodies, so you were acting out Pan's part?
That was one of my favorite episodes to film in the entire show. Because again, I gotta play a villain, and it was awesome because I get to explore a side of acting, kind of acting I didn't before, and it was amazing and awesome. It's something I really wanted to get.
Okay, so you said you like the good turning evil. Was Dark Swan good for you?
Dark Swan was good for me.
What is your favorite animal?
My favorite animal? Okay. I have several. It's a tie. I'm honestly between three. Lion, wolf, and panda.
That's cute.
Very different. Yeah. I personally, in the age-old debate of dog and cat, I'm a cat person. But, funnily enough, I couldn't choose between, that's why lion is on there. But I love wolves. Wolves are great. And then panda is panda.
Is that a Warcraft reference?
Maybe a little bit.
Sounds like it.
Alright, we have time for one more.
If you could play any Star Wars character, which one would you play and who's your favorite?
My favorite Star Wars character is Obi-Wan Kenobi. And if I could play any Star Wars character, anyone out there,
Vader?
you know what? If I could play any Star Wars character, it's a tie between, I have to pick someone that I think that I kind of fit personality-wise and kind of way of being, in my opinion. And so it's probably between just Luke Skywalker, because, yeah.
Thank you.
Or,
Interesting. I have never heard anyone choose Luke.
yeah, Luke, or if I had to pick from like the newer movies, Kylo Ren. Because, people have already said it, now I'm...
I would be a female Han Solo.
And that's a pretty good one. But to be completely honest, I find this really funny. My favorite characters in the Star Wars universe are the Stormtroopers and the Clone Troopers. They're so underrated, and they always have such hilarious one-liners that I would love to have one. Just this one random one-liner that is perfect.
You're talking about series, right? That's one of the really great things about that series. You finally got to see things from their point of view.
Yeah, it was incredible, and it's very different. Yeah. Because for the Jedi and for all the other generals and stuff, they were commanding things, but for the clones, and they were fighting a war. And although it was a space war, it was an actual war. And that show was amazing. I love it. I've seen it. I've seen it 6 times altogether, and I've seen some episodes up to over 10 times. So,
okay, one more.
Oh, you're a Star Wars fan, right?
Yes.
So, The Force Awakens, you've seen that movie?
Yes.
So, the part, so the part where Han Solo encounters his son, how did you react when Kylo Ren killed Han?
How I reacted to it was I saw him walk on the bridge. Spoiler alert, everyone. And I saw him walk on the bridge, and I was like, he's dead. He's gonna die. There's no way he's getting out of this alive. So, and then when he grabbed the lightsaber, I was just like, here it comes. And then I saw it, and I was just like, that was quite well executed. To be completely honest, the very first time I saw The Force Awakens, I was kind of disappointed. And then I watched it again, and again, and again, and again. And now I know.
That's what I did. I watched it over and over too, and it's like I don't want Han Solo to be dead, but
yeah,
tragic.
Okay, we actually have 1 minute to do it fast.
If you could play like any villain like already cast or just from anything, who would it be?
If I could play any villain. I don't know. I mean, that's such a hard question because there's so many villains. But you know what? Just because it seems to be my go-to answer right about now, Kylo Ren. Oh wait, I got another one. The Joker. I love it.
Yes.
Do you have a question? Do it real fast. One more. Last
You like Wonder Woman?
Yes.
Oh, I get that.